Okay, this is week one's reading article, all based on the idea of kindness, which is one of our core values as a school. The article is called 5 Reasons Why Being Kind Makes You Feel Good, According to Science, and it's by Joe Cutler and Robin Banerjee. It was written in 2018. Now your task is to read through the article and highlight 3 words you weren't sure of. Then write a definition for each of those words. It says also you might want to include, and this is an extension, a drawing to help you remember. Now I've already highlighted some words and I'll talk through what those words mean as I go through this article. So, the other task here in the grey box on your article says, have you ever experienced that warm, fuzzy feeling after doing something kind for someone else? In this informational text, Joe Cutler and Robin Banerjee discuss 5 reasons why being kind to others makes you feel good. Now your task, as you read, take notes on why people are kind to others and how it affects them. So let's get into the source. Everybody can appreciate acts of kindness, but when it comes to explaining why we do them, people often take one of 2 extreme positions. Some think kindness is something completely selfless, that we do out of love and care, while others believe it is just a tool that we cunningly use to become more popular and reap the benefits. Now I've highlighted cunningly there because I think that's quite a tricky word, and cunningly just means that you do something in a clever but slightly sneaky or deceitful way. But research shows that being kind to others can actually make us genuinely happy in a number of different ways. We know that deciding to be generous and cooperating with others activates an area of the brain called the striatum. Interestingly, this area responds to things we find rewarding, such as nice food. The feel-good emotion from helping has been termed warm glow, and the activity we see in this striatum is the likely biological basis of that feeling. Now I've highlighted striatum because that's a really sciencey word, and that is just a part of the brain that helps with movement but also our reward system. So it tells us, and our brain releases chemicals to tell us when we're doing something that makes us feel good. Of course, you don't have to scan brains to see that kindness has this kind of benefit. Research in psychology shows a link between kindness and well-being throughout life, starting at a very young age. In fact, even just reflecting on having been kind in the past may be enough to improve teenagers' mood. Research has also shown that spending extra money on other people may be more powerful in increasing happiness than spending it on yourself. Now, psychology I've highlighted there, which is the study of the mind and the study of behaviour. But why and how does kindness make us so happy? There are a number of different mechanisms involved, and how powerful they are in making us feel good may depend on our personalities. So again, mechanisms, before we move on to the next page, is a system of parts that work together, like a machine. Okay, so we're on to the next page now. Number 1, contagious smiling. Being kind is likely to make someone smile, and if you see that smile for yourself, it might be catchy. A key theory about how we understand other people in neuroscience suggests that seeing someone else show an emotion automatically activates the same areas of the brain as if we experience that emotion for ourselves. Now, I've highlighted neuroscience there, which is a really tricky word, and that just means the study of the nervous system. So it's different to psychology. Psychology is the study of the mind and our behaviours. This is the sciencey side of things, which is the systems in place in our body, including the brain. You may have been in a situation where you find yourself laughing just because someone else is. And why not set off that chain of good feelings with a nice surprise for someone? The second thing, righting a wrong. The same mechanisms also make us empathise with others when they are feeling negative, which could make us feel down. This is particularly true for close friends and family, as our representations of them in the brain physically overlap with our representations of ourselves. Doing a kind act to make someone who is sad feel better can also make us feel good. Partly because we feel the same relief they do, and partly because we are putting something right. Although this effect is especially powerful for people we are close to, it can even apply to humanitarian problems such as poverty or climate change. Getting engaged with charities that tackle these issues provide a way to have a positive impact, which in turn improves mood. So the two words in that last section that I read, empathise, which means to understand what someone else is going through and their emotions, and then humanitarian, which means you are concerned and wanting to promote human welfare, so things that are good for other human beings. Okay, number 3, making connections. Being kind opens up many different possibilities to start or develop a social connection with someone. Such acts, such as buying someone a thoughtful present, or even just a coffee, strengthens friendships, and that in itself is linked to improved mood. Similarly, charities offer the opportunity to connect with someone on the other side of the world through donating to improve their life. Volunteering also opens up new circles of people to connect with, both other volunteers and those you are helping. Now, the fourth thing on the list, a kind identity. Most people would like to think of themselves as a kind person, so acts of kindness help us to demonstrate that positive identity and make us feel proud of ourselves. In one recent study, even children in their first year of secondary school recognised how being kind can make you feel better as a person, more complete, leading to feelings of happiness. This effect is even more powerful when the kind act links with other aspects of our personality, perhaps creating a more purposeful feeling. For example, an animal lover could rescue a bird, an art lover could donate to a gallery, or a retired teacher could volunteer at an after-school group. Research suggests that the more someone identifies with the organisation they volunteer for, the more satisfied they are. And the final section, number 5. Kindness comes back around. Work on the psychology of kindness shows that one out of several possible motivations is reciprocity, the returning of a favour. This can happen directly or indirectly. Someone might remember that you helped them out last time and therefore be more likely to help you in the future. It could also be that one person being kind makes others in the group more kind, which lifts everyone's spirits. Imagine that you bake cakes for the office and it catches on, so someone does it each month. That is a lot more days that you are getting cakes than providing them. The story doesn't end there. Being kind may boost your mood, but research has also shown that being in a good mood can make you more kind. This makes it a wonderful two-way relationship which just keeps giving. Okay, the last word that I've highlighted there was reciprocity, which is the exchanging and giving and receiving with others, and it's meant to be for your mutual gain, so you get something back that's good for you and the other person gets something that's good for them too. Okay, well done for reading through that.